Hello and welcome back to this episode of the Engage A podcast. I am Josh with my co-host
Mike.
and today we are back here for week 2 of the NFL for our recap. We are currently recording in the middle of Sunday Night Football. This game is just about to start to my right. But before we get into this jam-packed episode where we talk about injuries, week 2 recap, and look forward to week 3, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and all the links in our description for TikTok, Spotify, and all of our other social media. But Mike, it's time, week 2. We're already getting through the season a little bit. We'll start with our injuries. First one I got here, Thursday Night Football. Jayden Reed broke his collarbone. He's out.
Yeah, it's a tough one. They're already missing Christian Watson, still recovering from his ACL tear. Definitely hurts, but if you're the Packers, it's not really there's an alpha receiver. It's just a committee almost. They dominate with how many different guys they have, and whenever one goes down, someone else seems to step up. So they were still fine and very effective in the passing game even without him.
Yeah, it just sucks because they already have Watson out, like you said, with ACL, and then now we get Reed here with a collarbone, and this is a team that has been probably the most hyped up team through 2 weeks of the NFL season, I'd say so far. We'll talk about them very soon here when we talk about Thursday Night Football, but this just sets them up to possibly have a little bit of a drop-off. I know Jordan Love's been good, but he has not been perfect, and the more weapons he loses, he's going to be in trouble, but look to see Matthew Golden maybe get some more reps, and obviously Romeo Doubs, we'll talk about how great he was the other night.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine, and this will potentially allow Watson and Reed. You can let them get healthy. They've started out great 2-0, obviously. You can kind of rest them a little bit, the rest of their body outside of the part that's hurt throughout the season, and maybe in the playoffs they can be even more fresh. But, yeah, you hate to see it, especially as I love Jayden Reed. I think he's very good.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it, but they have so many weapons that
I think they'll be fine.
They're one of the rare teams that can lose a couple of their top receivers and still be fine. A couple injuries here for the Bengals. We got Joe Burrow, lower body out. Looks like a toe injury with Burrow, maybe turf toe. It is turf toe for sure.
Turf toe, yes.
So probably a couple weeks for him. Because who else is it with turf toe? Purdy, right?
Yes.
Purdy also has turf toe, and he's missing a couple weeks. So expect to see Joe Burrow out for a couple weeks, which means Chase Browning is back for the Bengals, and they also lost Shamar Stewart with an ankle injury.
Yeah, Jake Browning.
Wait, who did I say?
You said Chase Browning.
Well, dude, it's weird because they have Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, and
Jake Browning. Yeah.
Jamar Chase Browning.
Yeah, he played well, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Bad injury for Burrow. I mean, turf toe. It's an injury that they need to change the name for. We were talking about that a little bit before. It's, I guess, extremely painful, and I mean, you saw he could not really get off the field. He was struggling there. And on top of that, I guess the Bengals don't have a cart, which is crazy that you have a...
Wait, they don't have a cart?
I don't believe so. I saw something, or they just didn't use it for some reason, but it was like you pay a $270 million quarterback, and you don't have... Every other team has a John Deere cart to, like, cart people off. And
the Bengals have to have a cart. Didn't Damar Hamlin have a cart?
He had, like, a medical thing. That was like a... He went into the ambulance, I thought.
The ambulance, you're right, yeah.
Or was that just after the ambulance came?
I feel like he went out on a
I think he went out on the ambulance.
Okay.
Because they were doing the...
Well, bring the ambulance out for him then.
Yeah, honestly.
You still got it there.
Yeah.
There's no reason to let it go to waste.
Bad injury, though.
And then Shamar Stewart just make a bad defense get worse.
Yeah, and the defense was okay. But, yeah, you don't want to lose anybody.
Next team I got here with a couple injuries is the Chicago Bears, who got whooped this weekend. Jalen Johnson, groin. He was out week 1 with a groin. Came today to play. Played, I think, 2 drives in the first quarter. Then gets injured with the groin. Doesn't come back.
Yeah, it's not good. He's the best player in that secondary. He's one of their only players that really stands out on that defense.
Agreed.
And losing him is very bad. You really can't have that. The rest of the DBs are going to have to step up, which is something I don't think that they can do.
Yeah, I think it's the weakest part of their team is their secondary. When you take out the best player in the weakest part of your team, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
Bears starting 0-2 as well.
I just don't think that's a very good roster over there in Chicago.
Yeah, they do, though. And then they also lose T.J. Edwards with a hamstring, so.
Yeah, T.J. Edwards.
Yep, exactly. I also got down here that Travis Hunter got hurt. I don't know what he got hurt with, but I'm pretty sure he came back in.
Yeah, I didn't see him get hurt, so he should be fine.
He came off the field at one point. I think he's fine, though. Kyle Juszczyk, groin injury out. A lot of groin injuries.
Yeah, and that's another very painful injury.
Allegedly. Steelers with a couple as well. We got. Do you need a little slack on this cord
No,
here?
we're
You're
good.
just pulling the cord.
Someone's crock is on it.
Okay. Oh yeah. My bad. Okay. Steelers. Alex Highsmith and Patrick Queen.
Yeah,
That's tough.
It's tough, especially using two linebackers. Don't want that. Defense did not play well at all in this game. They couldn't stop the run with just one specific running back, but
Yes.
got it. Yeah,
We'll get to that.
brutal.
Yeah. And I mean, it probably goes Watt, Highsmith, Queen for that defense ranking, right?
Yeah,
No, sorry. Watt, Ramsey. Highsmith,
Watt,
Queen.
Ramsey, Highsmith, Queen.
Yeah,
Yes. Highsmith is very important, though. They need him.
Yeah, losing him and Queen are both bad. Highsmith with a high ankle, he was in a boot after the game, so
that's not good.
bad. And then Queen with rib, I don't know if he came back in. But
Yeah, I think Queen will be all right, though.
hope so. And then last one I got here for our injury segment, Justin Fields.
Yeah, that one was unfortunate late in the start of the fourth quarter, concussion.
Yeah, missed the last two drives.
He wasn't playing great. Yeah, and Jets offense after a great week one couldn't recreate that in week two.
They could not. All right, we can get into our week two recap now. I will start us off here. Thursday night football, the Washington Commanders against the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. Both teams come in 1-0, and the Packers go and get the win. I don't have the scores in front of me.
27-18.
27-18, thank you. But yeah, the Packers, like we just said, they looked really dominant, and they played most of this game without Reed, and obviously they didn't have Watson. Tucker Kraft, complete breakout game. He was phenomenal. He had 7 catches?
6 for 124. And a touchdown.
Yeah, and a touchdown. That was really his coming out party game. Obviously, Josh Jacobs has been Mr. Consistency on the ground for them. I can admit that the Packers, I think, are scary now.
Yeah.
I think it's time for me to admit that, especially defensively. I mean, adding Micah Parsons to this defense is ridiculous. Their secondary is way better than I expected it to be. I expect to see some offensive regression from them just because they're losing a couple weapons and Love is up and down. He did have some moments in this game where he was completely overthrowing guys. So,
yeah. I mean, his deep ball accuracy isn't perfect, but we saw last year he got injured week one with that injury against the Chiefs, and he kind of struggled a little bit last season. Yep. Didn't look like he took that step forward that we thought he was going to take after he was great to finish the season prior, but he's kind of looked like that player we've seen that season prior. What was that, 2023?
Believe so.
Yeah, and he looked Toyota-thon Jordan Love, he was fantastic to end that season. He's starting to look a little bit like that player again. He's spreading the ball out. Like you said, they don't have a alpha weapon except for maybe Tucker Kraft, honestly. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he might be their alpha.
Matthew Golden, we're still waiting to see him break out a little bit. He had 2 carries in this game, but didn't have a catch. I think that's going to start changing here with Jaden Reed being out. Dontavian Wicks has been good. Luke Musgrave is just a slightly worse Tucker Kraft. He's solid. And the running game was better for them this week. It struggled a little bit week one against the Lions, but they were good in this one. 84 yards on the ground for Jacobs, a touchdown. And the defense was dominant. Held Jaden Daniels to not much. They couldn't run the ball either. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 17 yards. And I guess an injury that we didn't mention, Austin Eckler.
Oh, yeah.
Tears his Achilles. Very sad. He's, is he 30 or 31?
Yeah, he's somewhere in that.
Very old. Running backs tend to not come back from an Achilles tear.
Especially at 31 years old.
Especially at 31. So who knows if we see Austin Eckler on the field again.
And now the outlook for that RB room is Krosky-Merritt and Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah. After trading Brian Robinson, which you maybe regret now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. They should just trade. They should trade for him back.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
He's not. As long as, they're going to keep him as insurance.
Yeah.
In case CMC gets hurt.
But, man, tough for the Commanders.
Yeah, the offense was not good at all. They could not run the ball at all. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, I want to call him JCM. Only 17 carries, or 17 yards on 4 carries. Eckler only had 17 yards. They had 51 yards on the ground total.
All 3 of them have had 17 yards.
And then the biggest concern for me with the Commanders team so far is, where is Terry McLaurin? He's been nowhere. I think.
What did he finish with? 48 yards this game? He did have 5 catches.
5 catches, 48 yards. A lot of that was late.
Yeah.
Took him a while. Last week, I think he had 1 catch.
Yeah. I feel like he's a slow starter, though.
He is, but when you miss all of training camp for your contract issues and then you come back and perform like this, that's not a good look.
Agreed. No, I completely agree. Luckily for them, Debo's been pretty good.
Debo has stood up. He's been probably the best player on this offense. so far through 2 weeks,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
We talked about that being an addition that it wasn't going to matter as much as people thought. And right now, I mean, they're 1-1 and they got to win because of him in week 1. So
he had another touchdown in this game. So he's been good.
Yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic. But the Packers 2-0, they start 2-0 at home. I do now have for each one of these matchups a little outro for each one, which we'll just talk about quickly. A couple things about each team's matchup next week. You like that?
Yeah.
Commanders, they have the Raiders.
I like them to
beat the Raiders.
Well, I guess I can't really say that yet because we haven't seen the Raiders play week 2
we
yet.
have not. But I still
like the Commanders
to win at home.
Initially, yeah.
And then Packers going at Browns. So
that's an easy one.
Packers are going to start 3-0.
A great start, and that defense just needs to continue dominating, I guess.
All right, I'll kick it to you, Jags at Bengals.
Oh, we're going Jags at Bengals. That's oh yeah.
We have a different order?
No, we have the same order. I was just wrong. Bengals, we already talked about it. They lose Joe Burrow. That's not good for them. But Jake Browning came in, does throw 3 interceptions. Not good there, but ultimately he was able to get them to win, and that's all they needed. Didn't run the ball great either. Jamar Chase, though, has a big game. He had 165 yards on 14 catches and a touchdown. So a huge game from him. We didn't see it week 1, but we definitely saw it in week 2. Really disappointing loss for the Jags. They probably were. I think they were the better team in this game. They should have won. Trevor Lawrence missed a couple big chances. They got that interception. Throws an interception in the red zone. That wasn't good, and you could see him fighting with his head coach Liam Cohen. That was concerning, but he played well for what we've seen from Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion. He does throw the 2 picks, like I said, but 3 touchdowns, 270 yards. That's a good game for him. Etienne on the ground again as well. They ran the ball very good.
Back-to-back good running games for the Jags and Etienne.
And that's something that I wasn't expecting to see, but they did trade Tank Bigsby during the week, so they're confident that Etienne is the guy. For them, the big concern, Brian Thomas Jr. was atrocious in this game.
Bad.
4 catches on 12 targets. Looks completely scared of contact.
Yeah.
There was a couple plays where he could have caught it and just ducked. There was a big 4th down where was a 3rd down. Caught the ball right at the sticks. Just he didn't catch it. He should have caught it. He was open, dropped it. That's concerning because that's supposed to be your best player.
And, I mean, if we're talking about their draft picks, Travis Hunter wasn't great today either. He had, 3 catches for 22 yards on 6 targets. He also had a really bad PI late in the game that just basically gave the Bengals a chance to win late. And did you happen to see his snap counts?
I have not seen that for this week.
Up from last week. Last week he had 39 offensive snaps, 42 this week. Last week he had 6 defensive snaps, 38 this week.
Oh, wow. So he's playing a lot.
He's playing both sides, 42 and 38.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how, because the stat that I'm looking for only goes back to 2012 tracking-wise, so I can just say that no player has done this since 2012.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's done it before that. There's no way for me to know that. All I know is it has not been done since at least 2012.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me if it was the first one.
Yeah, probably is. I also wanted to say easiest over of all time, I think, in this game. Cashed quick. You said it was the Lions-Bears. That one was also easy.
That one cashed right pretty much start the second half.
Yeah, and neither of these defenses really come to play. Both secondaries are pretty bad.
Both defenses are pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, and just defense in general. Because, I mean, I don't want to say that because they both have decent pass rushers. Like, you have Trey Henderson, you have Josh Hines-Allen, you have Trayvon Walker, who's the D tackle for the Jags. I'm blanking. He used to be Eric Armstead.
Yes.
Is he still on the Jags?
Yes.
He's okay. But yeah, it's I don't know. Just these secondaries are so bad. It was pretty obvious that these teams are going to be able to pass all over him. And when Jake Browning can go cashing over for you, you're in a good spot. Good game though for both wide receivers, Higgins and Chase.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they both did have a good game.
For fantasy, I think even with Browning, I think Chase and Higgins owners are fine. I think you keep starting them.
Yeah, and I think we saw that if it was last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're both still good. Yeah, so just keep starting them. No problem.
Yeah, not an issue at all.
Yeah, I might go pick up Browning. I have Burrow. I might go pick up Browning.
I mean, if you're in a super flex league, it's definitely worth
he did throw 3 picks today. Yeah. But hey, He threw 3 picks, but he still led his team to a W, so that's all that really matters.
Winning the game is all that matters at the quarterback position, pretty much.
Yep.
For the most part.
Okay.
And actually,
go ahead.
Bengals fans were talking about that last week. There's, I saw a couple tweets talking about, I apologize, Jalen Hurts, because Joe Burrow had a bad box score, but they won the game.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Looking forward to next week here. Jags hosting the Houston Texans.
Another one where we don't know how good the Texans look, but I like the Texans in that one.
And another one where we're not going to know. Bengals are going into Minnesota. Play the Vikings. Yeah. I like the Vikings and the Texans in those 2 games.
That's a very challenging one because I kind of think that second half by McCarthy was a fluke. But
well, like we've been saying,
Jake Brown
we're not going to know
until
Flores, a good hour from now.
I guess I'm leaning Vikings in that one.
You're leaning Vikings?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way the Bengals start 3-0, right?
No way. There's a couple teams, and we'll get to them here today, that there is no way they start 3-0. I don't care if they play a high school team.
Yeah.
In week 3. I'm with you on that with the Bengals. However, this next game here, we talked about being maybe game of the year going into the show today. The Giants and the Cowboys. The Giants put up 37 points in this game and lose in overtime, 40-37 to the Dallas Cowboys. The first thing I wrote down on my notes for this entire day for every single game today was on this game. A little behind the scenes. I set all the games on my Google Doc, and as I'm watching them, I'll type in things as I'm going and just things I notice. First thing I typed in for the day, the Giants had a 15-play drive to open the game, and they kicked a field goal. That's just absolutely insane. Also, the Malik Nabers first touchdown catch was insane. He also goes for 167 and 2 touchdowns in this game. The fourth quarter goes Dallas field goal, next possession, Giants touchdown, next possession, Dallas touchdown, next possession, Giants touchdown, next possession, Dallas touchdown, next possession, Giants touchdown, next possession, Dallas field goal, and then overtime, which led to nobody being able to score after everybody scored for 8 or 9 straight drives. And then a really, really, really bad pick for Russ in overtime, who otherwise balled out in this game. He had like 400 yards. I also have another live thing that I wrote in here, said, my God, neither team can score now. This is an overtime.
Yeah.
And then Dak had a huge run on their last possession, got him in field goal range, and then the best kicker in football knocked it in, and they win the game.
Yeah, it's not hard to get into field goal range for Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, it's not at all.
A weapon. I thought the game was over multiple times. 5 lead changes in the fourth quarter, I believe, and then the 6th change, I guess, was a tie.
Yeah.
The 64-yard field goal. Brandon Aubrey was ridiculous. He's almost... Would you... If you had, like... if you have Jake Bates, I guess. What would you trade for Brandon Aubrey? Or if you just didn't have a kicker, because Jake Bates is decent, but...
Yeah, he did miss.
He's almost worth, like, I hate to say it, but like a 3rd-round pick or a 2nd-round pick.
I would trade a 3rd or a 4th for him, probably. I wouldn't trade a 2nd.
He's almost like a late 2nd, I think I would.
All right, Ryan Poles. All right.
I mean, we saw Chase Claypool go for essentially a 1st-round pick.
Yeah.
Brandon Aubrey is by far and away the best player in his position.
Claypool trade was one of the worst trades ever, so that can't be the baseline.
That's fair enough. It's ridiculous. His leg is worth a lot of money.
He's crazy, yeah. I also like, we'll get to him, but I like Tyler Loop as well. Anyways, what's crazy to me about this game is that it's the craziest game of the year so far, but it's between 2 teams that probably neither of them are going to the playoffs, and they're pretty irrelevant. So there's not much I even really want to say about this game. Remarkable that the Giants found a way to put up 37 points and Russ threw for 400. I guess we could say that.
I was surprised at how bad the Cowboys defense was. I thought they were going to be better than that, but if that's a sign for what the season's going to be, they're going to be very bad.
Yeah, they missed Micah today.
They definitely did. Cowboys were able to run the ball good in this game. That was good. My favorite moment of this game, I don't know if this was on, I think it might have been on the 15-play drive. The James Hudson drive.
I didn't see that.
You know about, I think the James Hudson drive penalized maybe an NFL record 4 times in one possession.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the offensive lineman 15
Wait, I
yard.
thought that was somebody else this week that had that. Four penalties on one possession.
That was the offensive lineman for the Giants.
No, I thought there was.
Oh, well, Xavier Howard had like 3.
Yeah.
He had like 3 or 4 pass interference their whole games. But James Hudson, 15-yard unnecessary roughness, then a false start, then a 15-yard unnecessary roughness, and a false start, all on the same possession.
Really?
Yes.
That had to, because there was penalties on the 15-yarder. I didn't know that was all from the same guy though.
Yes,
that's hilarious.
40 yards by one offensive
That's
lineman.
unbelievable.
His pass block rating was 1.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, what else are we missing? Javonte played well.
Yes, he was fighting with Brian Dable on the sidelines pretty much at the end of that drive. It was very funny, but yeah, I mean Russell Wilson.
It's an absurd stat sheet here. This is absurd.
It is absurd. Russell Wilson played good in this game. 450 yards. We also saw. Don't know what was going on there. Scott Hansen, I was watching Red Zone, was confused as well. Jackson Dart came in a couple times.
I don't know how he came in because
he came in.
Oh, I see him. He has 1 carry for -3 yards.
He came in at least, I believe, twice. He came in and handed the ball off once on like an option play on like a 2nd and 5. And then they did it again.
So is he 0-1 as a quarterback?
I guess he's not a starter though, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Another thing for fantasy owners, we see Scadaboo get 11 carries. Tyrone Tracy only get 5.
Yep.
As a Tyrone Tracy, I didn't draft Tyrone Tracy in any of my leagues, but I did a fantasy draft for someone else, and I drafted them Tyrone Tracy, so I feel really bad about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Tyrone Tracy dynasty owner who thought I hit the lottery in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Was wrong.
Yeah, it's a little concerning, and I think Tyrone Tracy is decent.
I do too.
I don't know if it's. I mean, the offensive line.
Carries.
Or what it is, but yeah.
I mean, it is the Giants.
Backfield, maybe. Or maybe Cam Scadaboo is just like that.
Yeah, I mean, he could be like that. He didn't go off, though. 4.1 a carry.
Got a touchdown, though.
Wan'Dale Robinson, 142.
Big game for him.
Nabers getting 300 receiving yards casually.
That's a sneaky, very good wide receiver duo. We've seen Wan'Dale Robinson be good last year and good start to this year.
I know. And what happened to what's his name? The Tennessee receiver who got drafted.
Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah.
He just doesn't play.
Is he healthy? Is he on the team?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he's still.
I guess when you draft a guy like Malik Nabers, like you just forget. You just forget about everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we have this guy now. He's so good.
0 snaps in week 1 for Hyatt. So,
wow,
he is so good.
He's unbelievable.
It felt like Russell Wilson realized halfway through the game, like, I'm just gonna go every time I drop back, look for Malik Nabers and throw the ball there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Did have a drop that I saw.
Yeah, but
that wasn't great. But it's gonna happen when you get 13 targets, I guess. To some people.
I think at the end of the year, we're going to say that the 3 best receivers in the NFL are off from LSU. I think that's where we're going to be at. I think there's a very strong chance that
the top 2 are pretty. You can't get rid of.
That's what I'm saying. I think Nabers has
so
a
you're
chance
just saying
to
he's going to be
to
top
shoot.
3.
He has a chance to shoot his way up there.
Yeah, is he better than CD? Maybe.
Played better in CD than CD this game.
He did. Yeah, CD still played solid in this game.
Yeah.
Well, 9 catches and 112 for CD, so a good game for him.
Yeah. And honestly, I want to keep saying I'm very impressed by Javonte Williams. I mean, this is a run game in Dallas that just struggled all year last year, and Javonte Williams gets in here and takes over 97 yards.
He was very good in this game, and that's
3 touchdowns already.
That's 2 weeks, back-to-back weeks that he's been the alpha, and it's not even close. Jadon Blue was a healthy scratch again, so it's not. Doesn't seem like he's in the conversation at all, unfortunately.
Got to practice to play.
Yeah. So, but Dak looks good through 2 weeks. Another 50-plus yard pass attempt game for him.
Yeah. Looking ahead here, Giants next game. They got the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
The Giants, Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
This time next week.
Thriller. Yeah.
Giants,
I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs as well, and then the Cowboys go to Chicago for a fun one next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Cowboys, honestly.
Bears start 0-3. They lose at home against Dallas. I think I go Bears there. I think the Bears beat the Cowboys. They're better than the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Okay. Speaking of the Bears, I'll just take us into this next one because it's the Lions.
Yeah,
I gotta do a victory lap here. The Chicago Bears go into Detroit after taking the Lions' offensive coordinator, talking a lot of smack in the first half of that game against the Vikings. Oh, you must miss Ben Johnson. Oh, you must miss Ben Johnson. And then Ben Johnson gets beat 52-21 against Detroit. to go 0-2 to start the season. The Lions, man, they got a lot of hate after last week against the Packers, and I came on here and I said we talked about, the Packers are so good before the season. The Packers are so good. And then the Lions lose to them, and the Lions are ass now. It's like, okay, well, one of those things can't both be true. The Lions losing to the Packers doesn't mean the Packers are great and the Lions are horrible. And it seems week 2 plays out, and it's like, Packers are just really good, and the Lions just laid 52 on this Bears defense at home. The Lions' biggest issue in that game against the Packers, they couldn't get takeaways. They get 4 takeaways technically. Here's my thing, and I want to talk about this. Why do we not count turnover on downs as takeaways?
I think it's a team takeaway. It's not a. I think they.
No, it's not a team takeaway. It's only fumbles and interceptions.
Yeah, I thought it was I think maybe it's a turnover for offense, a team turnover.
Maybe, but it's not a takeaway.
Yeah. I think it's a team turnover.
That might be what it is. Because the Lions forced 4 team turnovers in this game. Lions had 28 first half points. Tesla, gotta talk the Tesla catch. The dude's insane. 2 crazy catches to start his career.
They got lucky on that one though.
Didn't end up mattering.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they did get lucky to end the half.
If it came down to a touchdown at the end of the game, we could maybe have that conversation. They lost by 30. Yeah. It doesn't matter. The Lions were just fully dialed, though, man. Goff, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a plus 16% completion over expected this game, which is just insane. Amon-Ra, 3 touchdowns. And then we said it before, Jameson Williams just owns the Bears, bro. In the last 3 games, including today against the Bears, he has 12 catches for 279 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Bears. Just dominates them. Did you happen to see the Darnold Wright dirty chop block on Hutch late in the game, though?
I thought that was earlier. I thought it was in the second.
It was the fourth quarter.
I thought it was in the third.
It was in the fourth.
I did see it, though, I thought.
It is what it is. And then my favorite stat of the day, the Lions still have not lost 2 straight games since 2022.
It's a good stat.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good stat. My stat of the day is for the Bears. It's not even a stat of the day. It was just how the Bears draft picks performed today.
Oh, yeah.
Colston Loveland, first round pick, 10th overall, 0 receptions. Second round pick, 0 receptions. Second round pick, left tackle, healthy scratch. Second round pick, defensive tackle, healthy scratch.
That was this year's picks?
Those were their top 4 draft picks, all within the second round.
What about Burden?
Burden, 0 receptions.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was Ozzie, like Trapill was the tackle, and the defensive tackle's the dude, Shamar, not the opposite Shamar. Is it Shamar Stewart?
Turner.
It's Shamar Turner.
Turner, yeah. But that's crazy, bro.
And the GM was extended in the offseason.
He was, and he's currently has an average of 4.8 wins per season.
Yeah, that could be. And if you look at his draft classes, he might not have drafted a Pro Bowler yet, even a Pro Bowler, in 4 draft classes.
You're saying he hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler?
I'm not sure. Definitely not drafted an All-Pro.
He didn't draft Roquan.
No, he traded Roquan.
Yeah.
Used a second-round pick to get Chase Claypool.
I don't think he has drafted a Pro Bowler.
I mean, I have the draft classes here. I just don't. I mean, I don't know if any of them snuck their way in. Ozzie Trapillo, offensive tackle, college, and Shamar Turner. Because like Rome or Caleb wasn't. On top of that, drafted a punter in the 4th round.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't forget that. Who does get a lot of work.
But isn't that good?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah. They just are almost forced to use him at this point.
Yeah. Tyreek Stevenson is not good. Darnell Wright has been. I mean, you can say whatever you want. He has not been good.
Yeah, he has not been.
Not what they expected. Gervon Dexter's been okay. No one else in that draft class. I mean, Kyler Gordon, Brisker, and Braxton Jones all play. Are they all great? No.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't even really play because half of them are hurt.
Yes, and then there's Velus Jones. Never forget.
Velus Jones, just maybe the worst pick of this century. Just horrible.
Yeah,
just horrible.
I honestly, I'm starting to feel bad for Bears fans.
I
know you don't. I know you don't.
Yeah,
but
I definitely don't.
Luckily, I know a couple Bears fans who didn't. We're lucky enough to not watch the game today. So
yeah, I mean, it felt good, man. It felt good. You asked me if it felt better or worse than the Cowboys win last year after the 2 years ago with the PI bullshit, and then the Lions go back into Dallas and whoop them. This one felt better to me. It just after last week, everyone just talking about the new coordinators, the Lions were Ben Johnson merchants. And it's not even just all the shit talk about the Lions. It's all the shit talk about Dan Campbell and calling him a Ben Johnson merchant that gets to me and pisses me off. So for him to just go and just stomp on Ben Johnson's neck for 4 quarters and intentionally run up the score, I love it.
Which Ben Johnson said he didn't think he did it on purpose. It was just that's what they do on that side of the field, and they should keep doing that.
What, you mean the running up the score?
The go for it on 4th and goal. He's like, he was fine with
Oh,
it.
yeah. I mean, that's what Ben Johnson would have done if he was on the Lions in this last year. So
I love to see that, though.
I still like Ben Johnson. I think it was a little bit scummy to go to the Bears, but I still like him. And I think he's going to end up being a good head coach. I do.
Yeah. Caleb Williams wasn't great in this game. He was maybe the best player, though, which is not saying much at all.
Yeah.
Romo Dunze has a big game, 7 catches, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Maybe their only bright spot. Still had a couple plays where I think he had a couple drops. I'm not a fan of DeAndre Swift. Stats-wise, he was okay, but I don't think Swift is really all that.
Had a bad fumble on a hit stick from Brian Branch.
And, like I said, Colston Loveland. Or Luther Burden, I guess, had a catch late.
He did. There you go.
1 catch for 5 yards for Luther Burden.
He had a couple returns, too.
So there's that. Gibbs and Montgomery split the carries. I guess if you're a fantasy owner, it's what you expect.
But, I mean, both of them were pretty good for fantasy if you're looking at it. I mean, Montgomery 1 catch, so that's 1, and then 6.7 and a touchdown. So 12.7 for Montgomery if it's PPR, and then 9.4. How many catches Gibbs have? 3? I don't know. That's a lot of math, but Gibbs probably had 20. So 20 and 12.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid for 2 dudes in the same backfield. I mean,
did it feel better than the 49ers won last year?
The 49ers won last year. Oh, at the end of the year?
Yeah.
No, it felt way better than that. That game meant absolutely nothing.
That game felt great for me.
Yeah, personally. I know it did. That was fantasy championship week, but no, this win felt great. Let's talk about next week though for these 2 teams. We just talked about Bears-Cowboys, so we don't need to mention that again. Lions go into Baltimore to play the Ravens Monday Night Football next week.
That's gonna be
a game.
Good game.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Ravens?
Yeah. I think you should know my reasoning for that one though.
Lamar against the NFC.
Yes. He owns them.
Yeah. And the Lions aren't good against the Ravens.
Yes. I mean, you say it yourself every time, even though I haven't really ever seen it. You say the Lions aren't good against scrambling quarterbacks.
That was a thing. That's just not a thing anymore.
You said it.
It was
though.
a thing for a full year and a half.
You always talk about how you're petrified of Lamar.
That hasn't been a thing in a while.
Have they played Lamar?
They've lost the last 2 times they played him.
I guess you guys beat Anthony Richardson, but that's not saying much.
Yeah. Maybe it's good running quarterbacks. They're not good against. Okay, you want to take us Rams-Titans?
And who are the Bears playing? Or we talked about it already.
Bears, Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys.
I got the Bears, confidently.
I got the Cowboys. But yeah, Rams-Titans, kind of was stuck in the back of a lot of great 12 o'clock games.
Yep.
And dominant games, so you didn't see too much of it. But Rams played very well. Cam Ward on the other side, he played okay, maybe better than his week 1 game. And that's a big
for sure.
thing.
Yeah.
They ran the ball okay. He got the ball out. Amon-Ra had a decent game, but overall, you still want to see a little bit more, and I still think Brian Callahan is kind of a clown and a bad coach.
You hate Brian Callahan?
I just don't think he's a good coach at all, personally, and I think that's only going to hurt Cam Ward because I think it's going to be a situation where he's going to have to go into a new offense year 2.
Yep.
I hope he can figure that out, but that's a long way away. It's only week 2.
Yeah, Cam Ward had a really good ball to end the first half. That touchdown pass.
Is that worth points? Good balls. Pause.
I mean, it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that it quite literally was
worth points. But
points.
I meant to say, is it worth wins?
No, it's not worth wins, but it was a cross-body touchdown throw. It was pretty sick. We got to give him credit for it.
And he was sacked 5 times. He was under pressure a lot. The offensive line for the Titans was
what we
were concerned about.
They were supposed to be decent, though. They're not even
supposed to
decent.
be better, but it doesn't look like they're better.
Yeah, they're not better.
Then you go to the Rams, though, and Stafford has a great game. Both of his weapons have good games. Devontae Adams has his biggest game as a Ram in his second game, 106 yards and a touchdown for him. Another 100-yard game. He ties AB, Calvin Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Jimmy Smith for the 11th most such games in NFL history with 46.
There you go.
So 4,600-yard games for him. The only one ahead of them is Julio Jones with 47 since starting his career in 2014.
Wow.
So good for him. He's a great receiver, one of the best of all time. He's a Hall of Famer.
Devontae?
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, right? Gotta be.
It's tough to be a Hall of Famer, though.
I think
in the
Devontae's a
NFL.
Hall of Famer.
He's not first ballot. He hasn't won a Super Bowl. He
I
hasn't
don't know
been
if that
to a Super
matters
Bowl.
as much. I think he's got to be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I think he's got to be a Hall of Famer.
Has he ever led the league in yards?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know.
He actually might not have led the league in yards. He might have led him in touchdowns, though. I'm saying he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't think he's first ballot, though.
I mean, is Julio a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes, but I guarantee you Julio's stats wipe him. I guarantee it.
I mean,
I don't have him in front
Super
of me.
Bowl, but that's a close. Is
Julio
Antonio
went
Brown
to a Super Bowl.
Is Antonio Brown a Hall of Famer? He went to one though. I guess he didn't win one.
Antonio Brown won one.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Wait, actually, no. Actually, I don't think he did. He
No.
did not win one. You're right. He did not win one.
Is he a Hall of Famer? He hasn't been to a Super Bowl either.
He's a Hall of Famer, but I also don't know if he's first ballot. I don't know. I think actually both of them cleared Devontae in stats, though. I think Julio and AB would both have. Well, I wish we had our.
Well, I mean, we're about to. He's could have the most 100-yard games in history, or not in history, but he's passing those guys who are first ballot Hall of Famers.
Is he ahead of Julio and AB?
He's one behind Julio, and he's tied AB, Calvin Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Jimmy Smith.
Yeah. Maybe then.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe underrated, but Puka was great in this game too.
I think it's just tough to be a first ballot Hall of Famer these days unless you're like an absolutely iconic player.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've been petitioning for Reggie Wayne to be a Hall of Famer for years now, and he hasn't had it. So
yeah,
he has a Super Bowl.
There you go.
And a touchdown in a Super Bowl and more yards than a lot of these guys.
I saw that apparently there's a trend that Sean McVay doesn't like to run up the score. I guess that's a thing. So look for maybe that's a betting angle in the future. Don't bet the Rams on a big spread because they don't like to run up the score.
It's interesting. I guess I just never thought of it.
Neither have I, but I saw some Rams fans talking about it online that Sean McVay ran it up with Goff in his year one and then stopped running it up. So something to look for.
I mean, maybe it makes sense to just keep some of your offense.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Don't show everything.
That's about all I have here, though. Oh, the Rams moved to 2-0. They're another one of those teams. I think the Rams are. I think the Rams are good, but I don't think they have one of the best 5 records in the league. Good.
I don't know. I think they could.
They had a good win against Houston last week, and then they had to get me this week.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I still think they're good. I think they're worthy of being a 3-0 team if they were to get there.
I mean,
like I said, they were the only team that gave the Eagles a chance in the playoffs last year. So.
And speaking of, that's who they play next week. They're going into Philly. I got Philly there though.
If it's in Philly, I got Philly. I mean, we saw Philly run the ball a lot.
And then the Titans stay at home against Indy.
I got Indy in that game.
I do as well. Here we go. Next game here, we have the Patriots and the Dolphins, which turned out, despite this being 2-0-1 teams, turned out to be a pretty fun game.
Yeah, honestly, it would have been game of the week or game of the day if it wasn't for the Cowboys.
Right. I think we need to just say overall, this 12 o'clock
slate was great.
It was cinema. Not to hit the hold on.
Cinema.
There it is. It was cinema. But yeah, we had the witching hour there was a moment where the quad box stayed on the screen for like 10 minutes because you just couldn't leave the quad box. It was crazy. Hanson was feeling himself. But yeah, Drake Maye and the New England Patriots find a way to get to 33-27 and win this game over the Miami Dolphins. I will say for Tua and the Dolphins, their offense did look a lot better this game despite losing, so that's a positive considering how bad last week was. I know they're 0-2, and it's tough to take positives, but at least they had that. Drake Maye, one of the most efficient quarterbacks of the week, 19 for 23, 2 touchdowns, no interception for Drake Maye. He was phenomenal. For the Dolphins side of the ball, Waddle, Hill, and Etienne went for how many did they go for? I know at one point they had 250 combined between the three. Did they finish with more than that? Yeah, they finished with like 260 and 2 touchdowns. So they absolutely went off. We also had a Malik Washington punt return touchdown in this game, which I believe is the first punt return touchdown of the year.
Yeah.
Was there one last week?
I don't think so, but it was followed by a kick return touchdown by
Antonio
Gibson.
Yeah, exactly.
So it got nullified.
Yes, it was this game was just like we said, this game was absolutely wild. Good for the Patriots though. A good signature win for Vrabel to go on the road to Miami and get this win. This is usually a spot where in recent years this has been the spot for Miami to get an easy win over the Pats. They're good at home, they're good versus the Pats, but they just they couldn't get it done.
As JJ McCarthy, I think he fumbled a snap.
Oh, really?
Not something Not the first time I've seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a great game. Drake Maye gets a big win, starting to show out. Great for showing that he's not going to have a sophomore slump so far. He finally has a couple weapons around him. Ramondre Stevenson, big game, 142 yards of total offense. Was very surprised after a great week 1 for Travion Henderson. Not much this week at all.
Yeah.
Only 3 carries, I think 2 catches for 30 yards. I haven't seen the snap share yet.
Gibson asserted his dominance.
Yeah, actually, I thought I actually saw the snap. Oh, no, that was the other. That was Kenneth Walker's. But yeah, so I was a little disappointed there to see that. But yeah, he looked great. Boutte gets a touchdown, only 1 catch for him, but he gets a nice touchdown. Dolphins didn't force a punt for the entire first half in this game, which meant they went 6 quarters without forcing a team to punt the football. They finally forced a punt to start the second half. So that's very concerning. The Dolphins defense is atrocious.
Yeah,
to say the least. And I don't think Mike McDaniel's going to last very long. At the rate we're going,
it's not looking good, and it's looking like that Jalen Ramsey for Minka Fitzpatrick deal was a bad deal for them as well. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Who did they get in the Jonnu Smith deal? Or is that just a pick? That might have just been a pick.
I think they just got a pick. But at least the bright side here, if you're a fantasy owner, Waddle Hill and Etienne were a lot better.
Yeah, they were good.
Etienne's actually been pretty good overall.
Etienne
he hasn't
was the
rushed
only,
it very well, but he's had a couple receivers.
That's who he is at this point. He's just a great receiving back. He was the only one to show up in the game against the Colts.
Yep.
But Tua, again, bad interception, a couple bad throws where he just misses an open guy and then takes 5 sacks. The offensive line, not great. So if I'm a Dolphins fan, I think the writing's already on the wall. And I wanted to see, because, I mean, they have Darren Waller, but did he play?
We can't overreact. I know they lost to the Colts and the Pats to start the year. And while I think the Colts could be a fringe playoff team and maybe the Pats as well,
he did not.
Neither of those teams are like top of the league teams. I don't think we can overreact about the Dolphins and say the writing's on the wall. You don't think there's any chance they can end up being good?
No.
Really?
Their defense is bad.
Are you willing to say they're eliminated from the playoffs right now?
Yeah. The Dolphins are eliminated
no,
from the playoffs.
No,
you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
I have to cough. I don't want to cough in the mic.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that yet. What did I pick them to finish in the division?
Second.
Like,
you had them finishing second. You had
Bills,
Dolphins, Pats, Jets.
Yep.
I had Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets.
You hate to see it.
I feel good about that right
see
now.
it. All right, quick check-in for week 3 here. Patriots go home to play the Steelers.
That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be fun. Aaron Rodgers.
That's going to be a good game.
Couple 1-1 clubs.
I think I'm going to pick the Steelers in that one.
In
a close one.
I think I'm going to go Pats.
Okay. I don't hate it. I think
I'm going to go
close
Pats
one.
there. And then our last one here. Our next one here. The Dolphins, we talked about how bad they've been. Unfortunately, they got a short week this week, and they got to go to Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo easily.
That's going to be brutal.
That's 0-3, and are you going to say after next week when they lose by like 40 that it's over? They're eliminated from the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, even though I already wrote down that they had the Bills next week Thursday Night Football, I didn't realize they were going into Buffalo on a short week. That is bad, yeah. That's bad. That might demoralize
They're lucky,
them.
though, that they get the Bills early in the year in Buffalo. They're lucky about that. They don't have to go to the cold, but...
Yeah.
And if they don't win next week, I know I've already said that they're done. They're done.
I thought you already said they were done.
They are done, but when they don't win next week, they're done.
Attacked the mic.
Yeah, they're done squared.
They're done squared. All right, move us on here. Niners Saints.
Niners Saints, another game that was. Oh no, this game was a member, I believe, of the quad box.
Yes,
up
they
there.
were. Yep.
It was up there. Spencer Rattler's still
I just
trying
didn't
to get
care about the game. That's what it really came down to.
I kept looking at him like, okay, play's over. We don't. It was like 4th down and like 10, and they got the 2-minute warning, and it was still in there. And it's like, just get it off the screen.
Yeah, come on.
But Mac Jones played well. Does fumble the ball a couple times. Only lost one of them. The offensive line for the Niners isn't great, and I think Purdy covered that up a little bit. But Mac Jones played well overall. 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. Doesn't throw an interception. When this offense has CMC, it's a completely different offense, and that's pretty much it. He has 19 touches in this game, 13 carries, 55 yards, and then 6 catches for 52 and a touchdown. They're still missing Ayuk, obviously, but Jawan Jennings has been solid. I guess this year's he's been solid overall, but has a big game in this one. Ricky Pearsall, that's a decent duo. And if Mac Jones can get all the guys the ball, this offense can still be decent. It's just going to be kind of defense slow down. They're not going to get to play Spencer Rattler every week.
Yeah.
Who is still looking for his first win. And like I said, he played well. 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
Kamara played well as well. Olave survived another game. So we're now 2 games through the season where Olave is living. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing. This was, I said earlier that what my first note of the day was. My second note was from this game. Mac Jones versus Spencer Rattler. Just wow. I mean, I can't believe this is a matchup we got. Remember, Mac Jones in his draft year thought that when the Niners traded up to number 3 that they were going to take him. They ended up taking Trey Lance with that pick. You fast forward, 3 years now? 4 years from then? Here we are, Mac Jones making his first career start with the Niners. Trey Lance is in Dallas. Just crazy, dude. And in his first start, he goes and he gets a win. 279, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a W.
Yeah, he's not going to get to play the Saints every week, though.
No.
And this is a game the Niners needed to win. Playing
Agreed.
the worst roster in football, potentially.
And they're really, really beat up, too, so... And it wasn't as close as it looked on paper, either.
No.
The Saints had a little bit of a fake comeback here.
Yeah, it was similar to the last game we watched.
Yeah, exactly. And do you have anything more on this one? I don't really.
I don't have too much.
Niners are too beat up to really evaluate them at this point, and the Saints are the Saints.
As long as CMC's healthy, I think the Niners can compete with the Rams to win this division.
Right, and they're 2-0 now, right?
And I guess the Cardinals, but yeah, they're 2-0.
There you go. Next game here, Bills at Jets. Wait, hold on.
I was gonna say, who are they playing next?
Yep.
I was locked in on
49ers versus Cardinals.
Ooh,
at home. Couple
that's
2-0
a big
teams.
game. I'm gonna actually go Cardinals.
I'm gonna go Niners at home. And then Saints are going into Seattle to place the Seahawks. I'm gonna say Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Seattle, but would that mean no?
What?
Did Seattle lose week 1?
Seattle is they lost to the Niners.
Yes, they did.
So Seattle's 1-1.
Yeah, because if they would be 3-0, that'd be a fake 3-0.
Yeah, oh yeah, that happened to them a couple years ago, I think. But yes,
that was the first year with Geno, I believe.
Correct. Next game here, Bills at Jets. This game sucked. Sucked a lot, especially because I bet the Jets. But my stat I got here is for Justin Fields. He finished. I said earlier. Remember how I said Goff had a plus 16 completion percentage over expected, plus 16%.
Yeah,
that means he's 16%. You get it. He's 16% over the expected. Justin Fields was negative 41.6% over expected. That's the lowest in the NFL since at least 2016, and it's another one where we don't know how far back that goes because they only tracked it starting 2016.
Yeah,
so it's the lowest since they started tracking it.
That's tough.
Yeah,
not ideal.
Unbelievable. We said he got hurt in this game, but like we said, he played the first 3 quarters, and he was very, very bad in the first 3 quarters. Coming off one of the best games of his career, too, last week just sucks.
So the Justin Fields experience continues.
It is. Never ends. The defense just continues to have bad timing defensive penalties, and they are sloppy. Outside of Sauce and Quinnen, they really just don't have much on this defense that's really performing, which is weird because they have the talent. It's just they're just not. I feel like they're my dynasty team. Like I feel like I built them correctly, but they just don't perform. Their offense was horrible, 0 for 11 on 3rd down, which is absurd. Just 10 first downs for the whole game. They had more 3rd down non-conversions than first downs in this game. And then my last thing here, Josh Allen did end up getting hurt for a second in this game, and Trubisky came in, but I'm pretty sure Josh Allen's fine.
Yeah, Josh Allen is fine. He just got knee. He said he didn't know what it was that hit him, but he said he got kneed or hit in the face, and blood just started coming out. He had to run to the side.
That was like a bloody nose, yeah, something like that.
So he'll be all right. I mean, there's not really too much to say about this game. Sometimes the Jets are able to sneak up on the Bills and steal a win in this division game, especially in New York. Did not happen in this one. The Bills dominated the game. Josh Allen didn't even have to do much. He only finished with 148 passing yards or so, but yeah, just dominant from the Bills.
Yeah, and I mean, the Jets are one of those teams now that I'm looking at. The Jets, like, they might be one of the worst teams in the NFL now.
I think that week 1 game you can sneak up on a team.
I agree, but their defense has been bad for 2 straight weeks now. That's what I'm worried about.
And that's something that we weren't as really expecting. But
no, and What's crazy is I look at how their defense has performed the first 2 weeks and their offense has performed. I trust more that their good offensive game was a fluke than that their 2 bad defensive games were a fluke.
I mean, the Steelers, like, that could have been a fluke, but what team is really able to stop the Bills at this point? I mean, the Ravens have a very good defense, and they couldn't stop the Bills.
Yeah, fair enough, but I'm worried about the Jets and all this.
I don't know what there's what are you worried about? You picked them to finish 4th.
Oh, that's right.
They don't have any expectations.
That's right.
Our expectations were for them to get.
That's a good point.
4 wins.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at this division, and as somebody who's a Bills hater, I'm like, dude, the Jets and the Dolphins are so bad. And
this is the Bills. Being a Bills hater is crazy, by the way.
Well, it's just
you're like one of the 15 Bills haters in the world.
I'm fine with that. I can live with that.
So you're with basically Chiefs fans, which I guess you're a Chiefs lover. So.
I'm not a Chiefs lover at all. I'm not a Chiefs lover at all. But I think your obsession with the Bills is part of the reason I don't like the Bills, if I'm being completely honest.
It's a little disrespectful.
But no, I mean, this division is just horrible. They're horrible. They're horrible in the Bills.
Well, they're all trying to keep up with the Bills. They're trying to build their team to beat the Bills.
But I'm talking about this current year. Like, I will say it now. The Bills are not losing a divisional game.
I mean, I think the Patriots may be able to steal one.
No, the Bills they're sweeping the division easily. Truly.
I think they are, but I wouldn't say there's a 100% chance.
Unless, like, Josh Allen got hurt, God forbid, or something. But good looking for the Falcons. Yeah, I mean, this game was so boring that there's just nothing for us else to talk about except for are the Bills just going to win every divisional game, I guess.
I'm just sitting here now pissed because I wanted to, well, I guess we'll see. I mean, could be wrong, but I was trying to bet the Falcons before this game started, and it wouldn't.
I got them at +3.5.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me. +3 oh.
Yeah. Bills next week. We already said Dolphins Thursday Night Football.
Bills by 1 million.
Easily. And then Jets going to Tampa to play the Bucs. Hassan Reddick revenge game.
I got the Bucs.
I do as well. Okay. Get us going here. Next game, Seahawks-Steelers.
Seahawks-Steelers, kind of a surprising game. The Seahawks really dominated this game. They look good. Sam Darnold played well. Does throw 2 interceptions, but I thought he still performed above my expectations for him. Got the ball to JSN a lot. 8 catches and 103 yards. Cooper Kupp has his first big game in 9 weeks maybe. After that horrible stretch to end last season, had a bad week 1. Torrey Horton gets a touchdown for him. And the Seahawks offense was very good. They ran the ball well. Or Charbonnet didn't. Kenneth Walker did.
Yes.
I have the splits for it. It was just a very interesting running back room stats-wise because Charbonnet, 15 carries, Kenneth Walker, 13. Charbonnet finishes with 10 yards. Kenneth Walker, 105. K9 gets a touchdown. Charbonnet does not. I've always thought Kenneth Walker's by far and away the best running back in this division, on this team. I don't even think it's close, but we saw last week Charbonnet get a majority of the carries, and even the snap rate was 55% Charbonnet in this game, 36% Kenneth Walker.
I mean, 15 for 10. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. And he's had a couple of games like that in his career.
Yeah.
Seahawks fans think he has some sort of, knowledge on the head coach and is the only reason he's still getting carries.
Oh, he's blackmailing
him? I think he's blackmailing him.
That's hilarious. I mean,
I understand it just for the fact that Kenneth Walker's been injury prone, and that's the only thing I could possibly think of is you're trying to limit his touches.
I get that. 0.7 yards per carry.
Versus 8.1. There's not really
0.7 is stuff.
0.7 is bad.
This game was fun though. It
was fun. I mean, you have the note on the Caleb Johnson play.
Yes. I guess he just didn't understand the new kickoff rules, which to be honest, I kind of don't either. But he was standing in the zone where he was trying to let it drop and it hit him, I guess, and then just went out of the back of the end zone, and they just got a free save. I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Was it a safety or a touchdown?
I
thought they gave it a touchdown.
I think it's a touchdown.
But when I was watching it, it didn't look like the Seahawks really recovered it. It looks like they just hit it out of bounds. I have to watch it.
Dude, I don't know what happened. I didn't know what happened in the moment, and then when I looked it up after the game, I thought I knew what happened, and then when you just put me on the spot there, I realized I don't know what happened at all. But all I know is Caleb Johnson messed up.
I have the video here. I gotta watch this because I saw it happen live, and I was. Yeah, because it touched him, and then I've always thought if it touches you, you have to grab it, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he recovered it, but it looked like the Seahawks dude just grabbed the ball and let it go.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
counted it a touchdown.
It looks weird in regular motion, but I gotta say, and we mentioned him earlier when we were talking about the injuries for the Steelers. Jalen Ramsey is on an absolute tear through 2 weeks, dude. He had an interception today, a huge pass breakup, which, I mean, we know he had the pass breakup to win the game last week. Huge one this week. Had a blocked field goal this week on special teams. He was just everywhere. That Minka trade, Minka was like the cancer of that defense last year, allegedly, according to these teammates. He was just not good in the locker room. He wasn't playing well. They go and they trade him 1-for-1 for Jalen Ramsey, and Jalen Ramsey's been one of the best corners in the league through 2 weeks. Love that trade for the Steelers. The Steelers defense is very, very good. However, they gave up 31 points to Sam Darnold this week.
Well, they gave up 24.
24 points to Sam Darnold. Right, exactly.
Caleb Johnson just gifted him.
Yeah. Regardless, they still lose the game without that. And Darnold, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, solid. JSN, another good game, like you said. And Rodgers, not at his best today.
No, not a good game for Rodgers. They didn't run the ball very well either.
No.
Just a game to forget for the Steelers, but they're going to win 9 games. And I would almost guarantee that as much as I would guarantee the Dolphins don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that point as well. Okay, let's look at next week here. The Seahawks go into New Orleans.
I mean, I got to give it to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple there. Seahawks will be starting 2-1 probably. And then the Steelers go into we just talked about that. The Steelers go into New England. I got New England there actually.
I'm going the Steelers just because they're going to win games that we don't expect. But so
I think the
Vrabel.
Patriots as well.
Vrabel does that. So
yeah, that's a Vrabel versus Tomlin is that's gonna be great.
That would be a great Week 17 game.
Oh my god!
To see if he could get it.
All right, a game here that I really don't want to talk about except for the narrative coming out of it, and thank God for the Ravens because they're kind of saving the Lions from it a little bit. The Ravens beating the Browns 41-17. The only talk, I don't know if you've been seeing what they've been talking about online for this game. Really, the only talk about this game is that all the Ravens do is run it up and Lamar's a stat patter. That's what people are saying.
Really?
People are saying Lamar's a stat patter. Love that they must have been watching that game and somehow not the Lions game this week, but we'll take it. People are calling him a stat patter. He had 4 touchdown passes in this game. Judkins in his first game for the Browns, 60 yards, so he might end up being a good pickup for people that don't have him picked up already in your leagues. D-Hop had his first good game in Baltimore, and then just an old-fashioned ass-whooping from the Ravens. The Ravens do this from time to time, where they just beat the hell out of a team. Yes, this is a game where sometimes they would let a team come back in the fourth quarter. They didn't do that today, but easy win for the Ravens, and they avenge what was a tough Kyle Pitts gets against. What was it?
Pitts, man.
It was a tough choke week 1.
Yeah, it was a tough choke week 1. They bounced back, and this is a Browns team where we see them sometimes lose.
Yeah.
But that's usually on the road. I think they beat them at home normally, and then lose on the road. So we'll have to wait to see if they lose on the road. But yeah, Lamar, he dominated. 4 touchdowns, no picks. I guess you could say he stat padded, but yeah, I mean, I guess Josh Allen, he didn't really stat pad in his game, you could say. Just a random, just because I have a feeling.
Where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with this is I have a feeling the MVP debate could come back to those two again.
Oh, you think we're going to get there again? And now we've already done the let's give one to Josh Allen for free just to even it out.
Yeah, but Lamar is always going to have better stats if he continues to stat pad. I haven't seen that narrative, but I think Lamar is great no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, if you
and
don't
they
think
didn't have
Lamar,
Derrick Henry in this game, really. That's the one thing the Browns did well was they shut down the run. 45 yards for the Ravens rushing.
Yeah, which, hey, that's an accomplishment when you don't give up 41 points.
Uh-oh.
What do you got? You got breaking news?
Yeah.
What?
Not good.
What?
We talked about this game, yeah. Joe Burrow.
What?
Severe turf toe. Likely option is surgery 3 months from now.
Oh.
So December 14th, possibly.
Would be his return?
Yes. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That is a huge one.
That's a long time. December 14th, how many games would that be for the Bengals? I mean, for once the Bengals start their season good. They don't start like 0-3 or anything, and this happens. Oh.
You feel for the Bengals.
The Jamar Chase Penei Sewell meme just lives forever.
Yep.
It never ends.
Wow. Well,
December 14th, they have
What are you looking to see how many games that would be?
That'd be the Vikings next week, Broncos, Lions, Packers, Steelers. Wait, I lost count. Vikings, Broncos, Lions, Packers, Steelers, Jets, Bears, Steelers, Patriots, Ravens, Bills, and he'd come back for 2 games. Ravens,
they'll
Dolphins.
They'll beat the Bears without him.
I don't know if there was many wins in that stretch, though.
Are they done? Are you ready to pronounce them
No,
dead?
I'm not pronouncing them as done, but I mean, they can beat the Bears. They can beat the Jets.
That sucks, dude.
If the Vikings are bad, maybe they can beat the Vikings next week.
That sucks, dude.
That's brutal. I mean, this is the Joe Burrow experience at this point. He'll be dominant a year, misses a year, dominant a year, misses a year.
Yeah. Wow.
Last year, he just didn't make the playoffs. Wow, that's
severe turf toe. Well, at least
Browning's 4-3 in his career so far.
There you go. At least that got to distract us from talking about this shitty ass Ravens Browns game in the same division. But yeah, we got Browns versus Packers. We already said Packers, and then Ravens versus Lions Monday Night Football. They loaded that Monday Night Football game for us at least. That's a big thing.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, go ahead, take us over with the Colts.
The Colts.
The 2-0 Colts.
The 2-0 Colts. First time since I believe 2009 that the Colts are 2-0. They find a way to win. This is starting to, through 2 weeks, feels like the Gardner Minshew experience with Daniel Jones, but I'd say he's definitely been better than Gardner Minshew was. We at least have a little bit of a deep threat passing game. Seen it with a little bit with Alec Pierce. Tyler Warren, again, leads the Colts in receiving yards. He's been great through 2 weeks. 4 catches and 79 yards for him. Colts' best player, though, he's been their best player for years. Jonathan Taylor gets 165 yards on the ground, 50 yards in the air. Gets a touchdown receiving on that nice swing route. Daniel Jones gets a rushing touchdown on the quarterback sneak. Jonathan Taylor was fantastic in this game. Got his revenge for what happened last year against the Broncos where he dropped the ball on the 1-yard line. This time, dominates, wins the game for him. Did get, you can't even say hawk down. He was running 22-point-something miles an hour, which was, I think, the fastest ball carrier speed since Raheem Mostert in 2020.
Wow.
So he was moving even though he got tackled. Seen some Colts fans saying he doesn't have the speed anymore. He definitely still does. But big win from the Colts in a game where 2 defenses didn't look good, which is shocking because I think the Broncos have the best defense. I think I said it last week that the Broncos, I believe, are the best defense in football.
Agreed. I was shocked they had 29 against them this week. Shocked.
And the best stat of the week, for me personally, I think it stopped at 10. The Colts had scored on their first 10 possessions to start the season.
It was 10 for 10.
We were 10 for 10 on scoring points on a drive, which I don't know if that's ever been done before. I don't believe it has.
That's tough to do.
And on top of that, through 2 games, the Colts are still yet to punt the football. Rigoberto Sanchez has yet to see the field.
Outside of holding for kicks.
Yes, except for holding for kicks.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think. There was only, I believe, 1 time they turned it over on downs. So only 1 possession they didn't score on. So they're incredible hit rate. A lot of them are field goals, unfortunately. But
yeah,
getting on the field. Colts are the first team in Super Bowl era to not punt in either of their first 2 games in a season. So
that's perfect. You love that. You're falling in love with Daniel Jones. I'm seeing it in real time.
I mean, I don't know if I'm falling in love with Daniel Jones, if that's how you would say it, but I'm pleased with what I've seen. I'm very pleased with what I've seen. And what I've seen is that Shane Steichen's still a good coach. So is he terrible with what?
So Daniel Jones pleases you?
His performance has pleased me.
Okay.
His performance has pleased me.
He pleasures you.
316 yards and a touchdown for him in this game. He was great. Still has yet to turn the ball over, which is big.
Yeah.
Considering that was his maybe biggest flaw in New York. But the big difference between Indianapolis and New York is the offensive line. We have a good offensive line. He did not have that in New York. The offensive line for the Colts has been fantastic through 2 weeks. He only took 1 sack in this game. And this is a Broncos team that I think led the league in sacks last year and is known for getting pressures. And that 1 sack he took was on a blitz where they sent like 8 guys.
Yeah.
They engaged 8. So,
they engaged 8. There you go.
First time
that might be the first time
we've ever dropped that.
That's actually crazy. 140 episodes, never been said once, not ironically.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But yeah, this Colts team starting 2-0 for the first time since 2009. They beat the Broncos I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the end of the game where
I was about to say you're bearing the lead here.
the Colts got. I mean, you can't do it. Whatever they did, they can't do it. That's why it's a flag.
Yeah. Whatever they did.
Leverage, I think it's a leverage penalty. You can't get leverage on the center, which Luke Rhodes was yelling at the ref saying they did it, and they knew they did it. So,
fair call.
It's a fair call.
Would
can't
you
do
have called it?
No, I mean I wouldn't know about that much. That well, I would be looking. If it was me and I was the ref as a Colts fan, I'd just be looking if the kick went in or not.
Yeah, basically, and then throw the flag if it doesn't go in. That's basically what happened.
Roughing the kicker.
It was obviously rigged.
It was not rigged at all. But
It's clearly rigged.
if I'm the Broncos, I'm not worried. I'm just gonna ignore that you said that.
Okay.
If I'm the Broncos, I'm not worried at all. Bo Nix played well.
I heard it was AFC South refs though.
No. J.K. Dobbins ran the ball well as well. Didn't see much R.J. Harvey in this game. Troy Franklin. Colts couldn't guard him in this game.
Yeah.
Could not guard him. 8 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown for him. Marvin Mims had a touchdown early. Cortland Sutton was silent. He was nowhere to be seen. I don't know who was on him. Colts are missing Charvarius Ward. Obviously, he's out. The cornerback room is depleted in Indy, but they're able to slow him down just enough to win the game, and that's all that matters. And I'm happy. Cam Bynum, big interception by him. Another great celebration. Did the little belly push with Blue. Best celebration in the league.
Belly push, you can call it that. It's more of a thrust, I think, but
it's almost like a tush push.
Yeah, except for the opposite side. But
I'm very pleased.
Yeah, your Daniel Jones pleasures you. And Xavier Howard had 4 PIs on one drive.
It wasn't PIs. It was like there was like 2 holdings and 1 PI.
Oh, okay.
Contact. I don't know. The refs were. I didn't have an issue with any of the penalties. It was just.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you didn't have an issue with any of the penalties.
I thought they were flags.
I'm saying,
some of them were.
I'm saying because it went your way at the end.
Yeah, I'm just saying there was a couple possessions before that. Alec Pierce got clearly PI'd with illegal contact, and they didn't call it. And then all of a sudden, they just could not stop calling it on every single play. And that's what was the annoying part of it.
It's just funny to be like, I have no issue with the referees that called the flag that gave us the
win.
Yeah,
I know that flag was incredible.
I have no issue with the flag
that
gave us the win for the game. All right. Colts next week at Titans, we've already said. The
3-0.
Colts are going to be 3-0.
I don't know if they've probably been 3-0 in my
They're
life.
going to have like the best record in the league.
Yeah.
Or, well, they're obviously tied for it now, but
they've probably been 3-0 in my lifetime. Not in a long time.
And then, go ahead.
After the Titans, they got the Rams, Raiders, Cardinals. That's
winnable games.
Some winnable games in there.
And the Broncos go into L.A.
Can't stop this offense. I got the Broncos in L.A. Well, which L.A.?
Chargers.
Ooh, that's a big game.
I got the Chargers, I think.
I think I'm going to go Broncos. I've been a big Broncos supporter so far, so I'm going to continue it.
Okay, well, that transitions us into a team that we were both big supporters of before the season that has let us down deeply to start the year outside of the backdoor cover that want to be a little bit of change. But Cardinals 27, Panthers 22. Brutal. Panthers start 0-2. The Cardinals start 2-0. I don't have a ton written down for this game. I did write down a tweet that I saw when I was scrolling Twitter during this game. Somebody said people were really hyping up Bryce Young last year because he played like an average NFL QB for 6 games. And I was like, fuck, did we fall for that?
Yeah, did we?
Did he just play okay and we were like, oh, he's great? Because we wanted him to be good?
That could be. I mean, the thing is, he did get him to finish third in that division, which is what I needed.
Third in the worst division in football.
And that's all he's got to do this year for me to be happy.
Is finished third in the worst. You have him a second, though.
I do?
Yes, don't you?
Oh.
I think you have them as second, Panther or Falcons as third.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like you do. Maybe
I really hope I didn't do that. I might have.
I feel like you did.
That seems like something I would do, but I really hope I didn't do that.
And then you had the Saints as first.
Okay, now we're just lying. Now we're just lying.
But no, the Falcons looked tough today. Bryce Young looked pretty scared for most of the day outside of the fourth quarter. His stat line ends up looking okay with 3 touchdowns, 328 yards because he was just so great in that fourth quarter in garbage time and put up 13 points in the fourth quarter. And just maybe the wildest out of this game, 55 passing attempts from Bryce Young, just unbelievable. He's having to pass the ball way too much. Chuba wasn't good, 3.8 yards per carry for him, 10 carries for 38 yards. Tet gets his first 100-yard game as a pro, 6 catches, 100 yards for him. Jatavion Sanders had 7 catches as well as Renfro had 7. Honestly, in fantasy, Bryce Young was probably pretty good.
Yeah, probably had a decent day.
He probably was pretty decent in fantasy, but in real life, a little bit of stat padding at the end.
And lucky.
Yeah, just tons of flags on those last couple drives.
They shouldn't have been in that game.
No, absolutely not. This is a blowout for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals almost blew this game somehow. Tet had, like you said, a great game. 6 catches, 100 yards for him. Jatavion was decent. Hunter Renfrow, so happy to see him. He got cut. Jalen Coker has to go on IR, so they bring him back. And maybe that's what Bryce Young needs. Maybe Jalen Coker is Bryce Young's superpower. Without him, he's been bad. With him, he's been decent. So
there it is.
That could be the big thing. We also, to end the season, they had a good running game. They have not had that yet this year.
No.
So that's probably another part of it.
Need to get Chuba going.
Need to. And on the Cardinals side, I thought Kyler Murray played decent. Got the ball to Trey McBride. I was really hopeful after week 1. Marvin Harrison had a dominant week. Not dominant, but he had a good week. He got a lot of targets. We come into week 2, and that doesn't happen again. So
2 for
they said on the broadcast when I was listening to it that Marvin Harrison is like the quietest guy on the team almost. Or like,
really?
Not the quietest guy on the team, maybe, but they said he's very quiet.
Interesting.
And his dad was quiet, but when he'd say, I want targets.
Yeah.
Throw me the ball. Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to do that.
How do you know he's not doing that, though?
I don't think if the announcer was saying that he's like quiet, or like Kyler Murray was saying, I'm quiet, but he's like the quietest. Maybe that was it.
They're having a quiet off, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a quiet place going on in Arizona, but they're 2-0, so.
He needs to demand targets, though.
No, I agree. I'm boycotting talking up the Cardinals. So
I'm fine with the Cardinals.
I'm fine with the Cardinals' actual players. They're a fraudulent 2-0 team. No, they beat the Saints and the Panthers. They're not fooling me. Are they?
Yes.
Here's the take.
They did. I mean, the Panthers recovered an onside kick. Are the Cardinals the worst defense against onside kicks?
I was gonna say, are the Cardinals the Saints from last year? 2-0.
Well, there's. I think we should actually go through the teams and decide who are the Saints.
I think it's the Cardinals.
I don't know if I could give that to the Cardinals.
It's It's a 2-0. It's a 2-0 team that's gonna end up being horrible. There's 2 options really, and one of them is the jersey you're wearing. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals are worse than the Colts. I do.
Yeah, I do too. Honestly, no, I don't know if I do. I like what I've seen from the Colts.
Did they play?
Though. I like what I've seen from the Colts.
Do they play?
What do you mean?
Do they play the Cardinals? Colts?
I don't know.
Doubt it.
I doubt it. I'm trying to think of the other 2-0 teams that it could be. Because the thing about the Saints last year was it was such an anomaly because they just looked genuinely like the best team in football.
Yeah, but I feel like if we are looking for who's the Saints this year, it has to be a 2-0 team.
Yeah.
And there's not that many.
But the thing was that the Saints offense was like historic in that week 1 game.
That's true.
Great in the week 2 game.
Oh, is it the Bengals?
No, because that's an injury. That's a different thing.
Okay.
But I mean, you think about the Colts. The Colts.
I mean,
historic offense haven't punted.
That's true. There are 6 2-0 teams. The Bills, the Packers, the Colts, the Niners, the Bengals, and the Eagles. 7, the Cardinals. Actually, no, 8, the Rams. My bad. 8. There's 8 2-0 teams, and there's potential to be a couple more as well. There's going to be a couple more as well. So
I'd say it's probably the Cardinals or the Colts.
It could be the Raiders as well,
Cardinals,
too,
Colts.
if they win.
Yeah.
Could be the Raiders.
That could be, yeah.
Rams?
Is there a fraudulent 0-2 team, though?
You mean that's actually good?
Well, there is one. I think, at least. Maybe not.
What do you think of the Bears?
No. The team we're talking about next.
Oh, yeah. Is it you or me here?
I'll go. Not too much going on in this game. It was a defensive battle, not as much like the Super Bowl where we saw
Eagles-Chiefs, for the record.
Eagles-Chiefs, yes. Eagles win 20-17. Hurts only has to throw for 100 passing yards in this game. No touchdowns, no picks. So if you bet anytime touchdown on Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown, you probably didn't win. Or you didn't win.
Yeah, you didn't win. Or if you bet them both, you really didn't win.
Yeah. I wonder who did that. Not me, though.
You definitely should counter with the Falcons plus 3.5 if you did that, just for the record.
Saquon Barkley only gets 88 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Like I said, it was a defensive battle. Mahomes he just really doesn't have the offense, I guess, right now. With so many guys hurt, Worthy and Rice. Could the Chiefs have won this game? Yes, easily. The Kelsey interception is probably the biggest play of this game, and if that doesn't happen, the Chiefs might have won. Where Kelsey was on the basically 1 yard line, drops the ball, goes right to the Eagles. They get the interception. completely changed the game. Incredible tackle. He almost had a pick six. Simmons gets an incredible tackle. Very athletic by him. Hawk down. But yeah, Chiefs offense does not look good through 2 weeks at all. I've played some good defenses, but the offense is concerning to me.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we're about to hit a spot. They're 0-2. The offense hasn't looked great. We're going to start seeing some NFL fans saying we need to have a serious conversation about Patrick Mahomes because he didn't play good in the regular season last year. They obviously sucked in the Super Bowl. But, I mean, where's his run game?
Nowhere.
All of his receivers and weapons are hurt. Travis Kelce's old. Hollywood Brown is hurt every other play. Like, he doesn't really have right now. It's I feel like early in his career it was Mahomes has all the weapons. That's why he's so good. It's because he has all the weapons. And now it's like,
well, is that the only reason he was good? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I mean, he won Super Bowls without all the weapons, though.
Yeah.
How many did he have? 3?
Yes.
The third one was the one with the worst roster, right?
Probably out of the 3.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, probably out of the 3. I'd say probably the most recent one.
I think so.
That one he had the best defense for, though.
True. Well, we thought last year was going to be the one with the best defense, and then they lost the Super Bowl. But yeah, obviously, I'm not worried about Mahomes. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Mahomes, but I'm worried about the run game. Pacheco, you can add it to the list that we had. If it was like 9 games of like only getting less than 5 fantasy points, like 4.4, 2.2, 3.2, like 3.9 for him in this game. So.
Bad. Mahomes with 66
contract year for Pacheco, and he's playing atrocious early. So.
Yeah, he's not getting a contract.
They're going to need a run game, and they're going to need someone to step up in the receiving room. We saw Tyquan Thornton get a couple deep balls where Mahomes' deep accuracy hasn't been. Even last year his deep ball wasn't great.
Yeah.
Hasn't had a great start this year. Does hit one.
He just hasn't had chemistry with anybody because he keeps getting brand new weapons, and then they get hurt, and he only plays with them for a couple weeks.
And maybe he's a Tyreek Hill merchant.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
He got so used to that speed and no one else
hard.
has it.
I mean, I think it probably messes you up, dude. Having a guy like Tyreek.
It could.
Jalen Hurts, vintage Jalen Hurts here, 100 yards, 15 on the ground, gets a win though somehow.
Like the Bengals fans were saying. What is it? I apologize for the disrespect. Would you rather have the win or a great box score? You'd rather have the win than a great box score.
Wait, I don't. What are you saying?
Just with Joe Burrow was a box score guy and wouldn't always win. Would you rather win and have a bad box score or have a bad box score?
Yeah, but it's not about bad box score. Like the Eagles just have a better team all around than the Bengals. Like,
but you'd rather win.
Yeah, but you're out of your mind if you think that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow.
No, obviously not.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you can say, "Oh, win is all that matters," but that has nothing to do with Joe Burrow. Like he can't control if his defense is the worst in the league.
No, obviously not.
So I don't know. I just feel like we need to keep holding Jalen Hurts responsible. I don't care if he keeps winning. If he's not playing,
I just disagree.
If he throws for 100 yards, I mean, let's get real.
I mean, I just disagree.
All right. Well,
I mean, you could say the same thing for Mahomes last year. Then were you going to hold Mahomes? You didn't hold Mahomes accountable last year.
We did hold Mahomes accountable. Yes, we did.
I don't believe you did. You were always talking about.
Yes, we did, and we talked about how their defense was so good.
We talked about
their
defense was good. Yes.
All year we talked about their defense.
We did talk about the defense. Yes.
I started him every week in fantasy. I know Mahomes had a bad year last year.
That's because you took him in the first round, which was a decent move. But
in Dynasty, not in actual draft. Let's not get that twisted. But yeah, that's all I got about this game. The Chiefs will be fine. They'll probably still win the division.
Yeah, Hurts will be fine.
Got to get the weapons back.
Hopefully, Worthy's could be back next week, and then you don't have Rice back till week 7. So
yeah, which is his own doing. But all right, we finish off here real quick with some college football. You want to lead us here? Want me to read off the AP top 10, and then you can.
I just want to say, really quickly.
Yeah,
I'll put you on the spot. Maybe my start of the week, Daniel Jones getting another win, and honestly, the Colts offense for just being so good. And my dud of the week. Who's my dud of the week? Who had a bad week? Could it be? Oh, Brian Thomas Jr.
My stud of the week is Isaac Tesla again, and my dud of the week is Ben Johnson.
There you
go. There we go. All right, AP top 10, week 4. The Ohio State Buckeyes remain number 1, Penn State remains number 2, and LSU remains number 3. We have a new number 4 in town, as Carson Beck and Miami have moved up to number 4. After a big win in Knoxville, Georgia moves up one spot to number 5. Oregon, after struggling against Northwestern, moves down 2 spots to 6. However, they still do have a first-place vote. Florida State moves up 3 spots to 7th. They were unranked to start the season. They're now 7th in the country. Texas is down to 8. They drop 1 more spot. They were 1 to start the year. They now sit at 8. Illinois remains at 9 as they were last week. And then A&M, after a huge late win over Notre Dame this week, finds themselves at 3-0 and sitting at number 10 in the country.
Yeah, 2 quick questions. Or 3 questions. I don't have the poll in front of me. Where's Clemson? Where's Georgia Tech? And where is Notre Dame?
Clemson is unranked, and they only got 6 receiving votes.
Good.
Who was Notre Dame, you said?
Yes.
They're 0-2. They're number 24, 207 votes, right on the verge of getting out. And then Georgia Tech is 18 at 3-0.
It's a little low for Georgia
Another
Tech,
unranked team, or a team that wasn't ranked last week that is now in, Vanderbilt at 20.
Big win for them, yeah.
Is ranked. USC at 25 after beating Purdue is ranked now. And then Tennessee, after that Georgia loss, remains at 15. They don't move.
Yeah, I think it would be tough to hurt them for that game. That was a tough game.
Yeah.
Early in the season. My biggest gripe, the one thing I do know about the top 8, the poll, USF got off the poll after having the best resume through 2 weeks, and they lose to the number 4 team. And I guess that gets you out of the poll.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit disrespectful.
To be fair, they were like 19 or whatever, so they were right on the edge anyways.
They were 18,
and then they got killed.
I still think they beat Florida.
Yeah.
They had a great
who's
start
now an unranked team, though.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
I guess Arch Manning, you said Texas moves down 1 spot. He did not play good again.
Yeah.
Bad, actually. You could say he played bad against UTEP. Not what you want to see from a guy who was the Heisman favorite, so hopefully you didn't put a bet on that.
Oh, my God.
Maybe a Nepo baby, who knows?
Maybe. Looked good when he played his short stints for Quinn Ewers, though.
But it was against bad teams, which
Yeah.
is what he's done. Georgia Tech, like you said, they're 18. Is that what you said?
Georgia Tech is 18, yes.
Yes. Big win over Clemson. That was a very good game. They led for most of the game. Got it was like 50-plus yard kick to win the game in Clemson on the road. Fire drill. That was very impressive. Haynes King continues to dominate and win games. 100-plus yards on the ground and a touchdown. Threw for 211. He's been fantastic through 3 weeks. And right now, I'd say Georgia Tech's probably my favorite to win.
The ACC?
I'd say the favorite to make it to the ACC championship next to Miami at this point.
Yeah, I still got Miami over Georgia Tech.
Clemson's going to need a lot of help at this point to get into the
Florida State's also in there, too.
Yeah, Florida State. I would almost say you can almost say Clemson's out of the playoff. I don't think 4 teams could get in.
Right? Or 1
They're
and 2?
1 and 2, and they barely won in that 1 win against a bad team.
Yeah.
I
That
think
was
they're
Troy,
done.
right?
Yeah. I think they're out.
They probably are done, yeah.
Unless Georgia
It's the
Tech
only
falls
thing
apart.
that is the only thing I will criticize college football for.
What's that?
And we fixed it a little bit now with the bigger
I don't
playoff.
think you can.
But it's
the
like
good thing about it. You can't lose these games.
It's September 14th, and a team that had a potential Heisman player is just now done.
Yeah, they
with
lost
3 months ago. I know, like it is what it is. It's just like it sucks that even if they go and they dominate for the rest of the season and blow everybody out, I
don't think they will. I mean, I think if
they're not going to. They're definitely not.
If they win out, I think they're in. I don't think they win out. I don't think they're that good.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they probably have to play one of
Miami,
Florida State. Probably lose that game.
Yeah. I don't want to count out Dabo, though. You can't count out Dabo.
I'm going to easily. Carson Beck, like you said, they played USF. He played very good. Miami gets the win in dominant fashion. Carson Beck looked great. LSU, Florida, another big game. LSU struggled a little bit, but they win 2010 at home. I was hoping for them to win a little bit more, but DJ Lagway, not good.
Bad.
In this game, I think he had 5 interceptions.
Billy Napier, see ya.
Yeah, it's got to be time. I think he's got an under 500 record after that game.
Yeah.
Got to be time to go. Lagway, I think, threw 5 interceptions. Can't have that from your quarterback, who was supposed to be a guy who's maybe in the Heisman race.
Yeah.
Definitely not in that race. So, and what other big games happened here? Oh, Tennessee, Georgia, the biggest game of the week. I don't know if I talked about that much, but electric game, back and forth. Both teams played good. Georgia finds a way again to win the game at Tennessee. Tennessee can't beat Georgia at home. I think
capitalized on a missed field goal, right?
Yes. I think the last time Tennessee won was the Hail Mary with Josh Dobbs to beat Georgia in like 2016 or something. So disappointing if you're a Tennessee fan. Joey Aguilar, though, played great in this game. They were up and down. You could tell when this offense had it and when they didn't. They would go on like 3 possessions in a row, getting a touchdown, then 2 possessions in a row of 3 and outs.
And I think regardless if you're a Tennessee fan, win or lose, whatever game, just the fact that Nico sucks has to just make you feel better.
We can talk about that, too. UCLA 0-3 and fires their head coach. So
yeah. Brutal.
All you got to say. And I guess Nico, I think at this point, he could decide to redshirt this season right now and get a redshirt.
He should. That would be funny.
And go somewhere else and but I don't know how much money he would lose by doing that.
Yeah. That's all he cares about. So.
And that's all he cares about.
Quite literally.
Tennessee, though, brutal loss. Just brutal loss. They got the ball into field goal range. Barely, like the edge of field goal range, I'd say.
Yeah.
They had a chance to center the ball. They were in field goal range at this point. Had the chance to center the ball. They get a false start. Moves it back 5 yards, and then you're on the edge of field goal range. They decide not to center the ball, maybe worried that they get another false start. So they had 8 seconds left and 2 timeouts. They kick it. Wasn't really close. Missed it. The kicker, you could tell just by looking at him that he was in panic mode.
Nervous, yeah.
But he does respond in overtime and hit a field goal from like the exact same spot. After a 3-and-out by Tennessee and Georgia, like 3 plays, touchdown wins the game.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, actually, it doesn't suck.
I was saying, it's crazy for you to say that as a Kentucky
it sucks for them, but honestly, I could care less. Georgia's I don't know.
I think it might be good. It's shocking to see a Georgia defense give up 41 points.
I know, and as much as I liked Gunnar Stockton in the playoffs last year, and I thought like he had potential to end up being good eventually, I haven't seen it from him this year yet, in my personal opinion. And I don't. It's just weird that I'm for the first time in probably like a good decade. I don't think I don't know because Texas hasn't looked great either. I don't know. It's LSU's SEC to win at this point. Right now,
I think it's Georgia's to win, in my opinion.
I think it's LSU's to win still.
And I think Georgia. I think that might have been the 2 best teams in the SEC.
Really, you think Tennessee and Georgia over LSU?
Over LSU.
Wow, interesting.
I think I have LSU as an easy 3.
Texas
I know a lot of people have Texas at 1. Yeah, I just don't see it for March Manning. I mean, as a Colts fan and a Manning fan, it's just it might be another year or so.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the Notre Dame game on here. That was another big game. Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Notre Dame should have won this game, and this tough schedule that they put for themselves for 2 weeks is looking like it's backfiring. I think Notre Dame can still win out and make the playoffs. It's going to be tough, though. Marcel Reed was great for Texas A&M in this game. They ran the ball well. Their offense was all over it. Notre Dame offensively was just as good. C.J. Carr had a fantastic game. Jeremiah Love was good. Jadarian Price was good. They were scoring the ball. They should have won this game. They got the touchdown to take the lead, and they missed an extra point.
Yeah. Just heartbreaking. And literally lost them the game.
It literally lost them the game. The extra point would have forced overtime if it went in.
Yeah. Just heartbreaking.
Had a couple chances on 4th down to stop Texas A&M, couldn't do it. Drake Bowen gives up a touchdown against a tight end where he just got mossed. Unfortunately, he was having an okay game, had a couple hard hits.
I mean, that's the risky thing when you bake 2 really hard non-conference games. Well, they don't have a conference in general, but when you bake 2 really hard games at the beginning of your schedule, if you blow those 2, you're just like most of the time done. So, like you said, they've got to win out. I thought maybe they'd be solid in this game because they got to have a bye week between their first game and their second game. Didn't help.
Mm-hmm. I don't see a loss on their schedule for the rest of the year, so I still think they can make the playoffs.
Who do they play?
They have 2 hard games overall. I think they win both of them, though. They got Purdue, Arkansas. That's the one I think is a hard game.
Yeah.
But I think they win. Boise State, win easy. NC State, win. The second hard game, USC. We've seen them look decent, but I think Notre Dame's a better team.
Yeah.
Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford.
Okay. There's a couple of teams that aren't bad in there. Like Boston College and Syracuse aren't bad.
Boston College is unfortunately, I hate to say it bad. It hurts.
So Michigan State sucks then.
I mean, they're undefeated, but we saw Boston College. Well, yeah, Boston College got beat by Stanford, so I guess you could say Stanford's decent.
Transitive property.
Yeah. Michigan State, though, 3-0. They're looking good. Aiden Childs has played very, very well. Hopefully it can continue against USC at 3 in the morning next week.
Cats 2-1. Your football teams haven't lost yet.
I know. I don't even know how to feel. I
Wow.
don't even know how to feel. Because on top of football, if you expand it to soccer football, Tottenham won this week as well.
It's been a good week
And
for
last week, as a Max Verstappen fan, he won the race. So I haven't lost in a while. And that's kind of scary.
you. Yeah, something's going bad.
It's kind of scary.
Daniel Jones injured, Anthony Richardson comes back, and you lose every game for the rest of the season.
That'd be bad. That'd be bad. Ooh.
As we get another pick. This game's been crazy. All right. I think we're good, right?
Wisconsin killed by Alabama.
Yeah.
The Badgers was shot dead in the street.
Yeah, they're bad. All right. I got out of this video, so it's out tomorrow morning. We're going to watch the rest of the Sunday Night Football game. Thank you guys so much if you made it this far in the video. We will be back next Monday. Whoa, as I hit the mic to do our Week 3 recap and Week 4 college football recap. If you made it this far, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, hit all the links in our description for TikTok, Spotify, social media, and all that good stuff. And we'll see everybody in the next one.